Many performed miracles, but then they were not careful. Saint Ignatius Alexandrovich Brachyaninov says, miracles and signs, it's difficult for a person to have glory and honor without damage to his soul. Difficult not only for the passionate, those who struggle to overcome their passions, but also for those who have overcome them and for the saints. For even if God gave them victory over sin, they should not return to sin and become enslaved to passions again, as happened to some who did not show the required vigilance, but then became complacent in themselves and in their spiritual state. The tendency to pride, says Macarius, continues to exist even in the purest souls. This tendency is the first cause that pushes a person to be seduced by sin and to return to it. For this reason, the gift of healing and all other perceptible gifts are very dangerous to those who have received them, because they become objects of great honor by people with a carnal mind. On the contrary, the non-perceptible gifts are incomparable, superior to those that come to our attention. For example, the gift of leading souls to salvation and healing them from passions, the world neither understands nor pays attention to. And not only does it not honor and glorify the ministers of God who have this gift, but it also torments and hates them because they have actions different from those accepted by the authorities of this world, because they threaten the dominion of the ruler of the world, quote unquote. The merciful God gives people what is truly necessary and beneficial for them, even if they themselves do not understand it. He never gives something that can benefit them a little and harm them a lot, even if people with a carnal mind and ignorance thirst for such things and seek them. Saint Isaac the Syrian says, many worked miracles, they even resurrected the dead. They labored to bring sinners and those who had gone astray back to the path of God. They worked, as we would say, miracles. Through them, many were led to Christ. And yet those who gave life to others fell into unclean passions themselves, because they themselves had brought death upon themselves, through sinning, that is. St. Macarius relates that a certain fellow ascetic received the gift of healing to such an extent that he could heal any kind of sick person with a simple laying on of his hands. However, this ascetic, by being glorified by people, became proud and fell into the greatest depths of sin. In the life of Saint Anthony the Great, there is mention of a certain young monk who gave orders to the holy ongoers in the desert, and they obeyed him. When Saint Anthony heard this, he said that he had no confidence at all in the spiritual edification of this miracle worker, and it was not long before the news of the sad fall of the monk arrived. And this is from Miracles and Signs by Saint Ignatius, chapter 3. How should we view signs today? Recite and pray. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.